Hi and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a problem that I've got, tech-related problem that I've got, and it's to do with this Nikon Z50 and this Sony Tough card that together they don't work. So let's talk about the facts. So there'll be a screen on now. We'll do a screen. I'll show you. When I'm recording, it will suddenly pop up and interrupt. I've had a couple of occasions where when I've been just shooting photographs, it's had a file error and I've had to turn the camera on and off to get it to work again. And I started to question this because it's a super duper fast card. Yes, I believe it's USH 2. And we're not using the second row of chips in here. I appreciate that, that's not a problem. I've done a speed test in the USH1 card reader, so I know that it's consistent. I've compared it against the speed test from this SanDisk, which is an old SanDisk 95 megabit per second, apparently, yeah. And I've done a speed test on that as well, just to compare the two. This works beautifully. No hassle with this and this card and this camera at all. No problem. When I use this Tough card, no, it keeps dropping out. And I notice it more when I delete files off here in the middle of something, for instance, because I've moved them across and I've finished with them, but I've kept the others on here. When it writes back to it, it really doesn't like it in the slightest. Thought it could be the card. Put it into the D850, no hassle whatsoever. Loves it, writes to it. That does 4K at 30 frames as well. So I know it's nothing to do with the speed. So you can see my problem is that I really wanted to be able to use this Tough card with this because I wanted to. At the moment, I've sent a message to Nikon because I believe it's their problem. The fact that this card works in other cameras perfectly fine, it works on the computer perfectly fine, I've got no issues with this card whatsoever apart from this camera. It could be the way the chip's writing the data and it doesn't like it in here. It could be that this will never work with that card. I don't know, to be fair. But as I say, I've sent a message off to Nikon and we'll see if they get back. Appreciate at the moment. Yeah, they're probably a bit thin on the ground. They probably don't care that I've just sent them a message. Or I'll probably just get fobbed off saying, no, it doesn't work, it's not on the list, end of story. In which case, Sony, make it work. What are you playing at? And that's it. But I wanted to tell you about this because if you're thinking of getting this, rather than waste a lot of money on these Sony Tough cards at the moment into this camera, it's not going to do what you need. Get a cheapy £20 SD card, that'll do your job at the moment. Real shame, wanted to be able to use that. I wanted to do a review on that. Obviously I can't because, yeah, I'm not that impressed at the moment, but I don't know if it's the card or the camera. I'm edging my bets towards the camera at the moment, just from the benchmarks and everything that we've done. I think it's that. If anyone's got any ideas of this, comments down below, appreciate it. I'd love to know how to fix this. I will update and put a pin note down below if this ever gets resolved in any way or I get confirmation from somewhere. If you've got anything that can help me with this to make this thing work, because I really want it to work, and I have got the latest firmware on here at the moment as well, just drop a comment down below, really appreciate that. Like and subscribe, appreciate it as well, it's always good, keeps me going. Look forward to seeing you in a future episode.